Morning. You wouldn't wish emphysema on your worst enemy, but still many New Zealanders suffer from the lung disorder primarily because they were smokers. So is treatment getting any better? Here with his view is clinical researcher Dr. Shaun. Shaun, good morning.
Morning, Paul.
Very quickly, for people that don't know, it's a respiratory disorder, isn't it?
It is. It's problems with shortness of breath, and it's almost always caused by smoking.
All right. Yeah. It is possible. I mean, there are hereditary links as well.
Yeah, there's a few hereditary links, and you can get some cases due to occupational exposure to dust and chemicals, and also smoking other things such as marijuana. But 85%.
Amy Winehouse has.
Well, she has, and she's probably got a whole heap of other things as well.
Yeah, but, no doubt. In fact, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm not even medically trained. In terms of emphysema, it is getting worse in New Zealand. One would think because of its close relationship with smoking, which is decreasing, that it wouldn't be. Well,
the reason for that is the time lag. You see, the people who are in the 70s and 80s now with emphysema started smoking 30, 40 years ago, when, of course, they thought it was good for you. People didn't know it was bad for you in those days. So they're the ones coming through now with emphysema. So we're going to see actually increase. And in countries like China and India, where they're really taking up smoking in a big way, there's going to be a massive increase for the next 20 years.
In the early days, of course, there was very little people would say, well, stop smoking, that'll help a little bit, but there was very little that could be done. Has treatment improved a lot?
Not a lot, I have to say, because when you have emphysema, the smoking has destroyed your lung. And, you know...
And that can never be repaired?
Well, on the horizon, there's possibly some treatments based on vitamin A, of all things, which seem to regenerate lung tissue in rats, but that's a long way off.
So good news for rats at this early stage.
That's right. But my main message is, no matter how long you've smoked for, because a lot of older people say, I've smoked for 40 years, and there's no point stopping now. Well, there is, because it'll stop the decline in your lungs, and it may stop you getting disabled or even dying.
Okay, so for people who are smoking right now, what are the first stages of emphysema? What's the first thing you might notice?
Shortness of breath, really, and just problems getting around. And so in that case, just go and see your doctor. There's a number of causes of shortness of breath in older people.
But at the end of the day, stop smoking.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Shaun, thank you very much for joining us. Dr. Shaun Holt.